all the holes we've made in the timeline, it was bound to split. 2 to 3 or 2 to a west, just know we'll never quit. 23 full years of questing to base for deaths, but that's a given. RuneScape 3 Hardcore Ultimate Ironman, questing through 2007. Welcome back to September 3rd, 2007. Finishing the agility grind. At least for now. There is 81 agility. And that is very nice for the Slayer Dungeon Chasm shortcut. Save a lot of time running around in the Fremnik Slayer Dungeon. And also guaranteed multiple Azure skill champas with 68 Hunter is not a thing. Yeah. That's about as high of an agility level as is actually useful at this point. Technically, there's another shortcut at 85 in Arendar, but that doesn't even exist anymore, so not really any reason to do that. And there's going to be much better agility courses in the future before we really need to worry about having any more agility levels. So that should be good for now. And so, we can go get going on some updates. Once we get out of the wilderness, of course. The timelines are really mixing together here. We got the Halloween event going on. We have the Halloween area teleport, Halloween things sometimes pop up in the inventory. Not worrying about that, since it's the new repeating every year kind of system. Eventually, we will get there. We're also going to need to worry about some other time shenanigans later. But for right now, updates. On September 4th, 2007, the next guaranteed content poll on the website. This one about wallpapers. Got some interesting and unique suggestions from a forum suggestion thread. So see which ones you want to have turned into wallpapers. There's already plenty of things like the Barrows Brothers and everything, so different ideas would be great. And that's what is being suggested. And also your opinions on the current wallpapers. Which ones are your favorites? Or something like that. This will make some more wallpapers, which is nice. As for actual in-game stuff, we've got September 10th, 2007. Where we get a Pirates and Children graphical rework. An interesting combination. We got peg legs and... shut up here. No pirate children, though. That'd be something. More importantly, and very helpful for being able to know what's going on, a herb lore rework. Kinda. Up until this point, whenever you got a herb as a drop, it would just be a herb. And if you put it into a vial, it would be a vial of something. Wouldn't tell you what anything is. You need to identify the herb, and then at that point you put it in the vial and then it becomes unidentified again. So there's a whole system with buying unidentified herbs, looting, keeping it in your bank organized, so you could try to sell off all your guams when other people didn't know that that was what they were. Or you could keep your inventory full so you couldn't get any guams when trying to buy them. All kinds of kind of manipulation of trades and things. So now, instead of that, all herbs are now the grimy herbs. And you clean them, and then they are cleaned herbs. No confusion about what kind of herb you got. And when you put it into a vial, it becomes Herb Potion Unfinished, which actually tells you what the herb is. Like Guam, Marantil, etc. So then you're not trying to use every random herbal or secondary on your potions to try to make something. What a convenient update. Also, you now get grimy herbs from farming, which is nice. Gets you a little bit of Herblore XP for cleaning them. Or you can bring all your grimy, disgusting herbs down to the herbalist in Narda, who can clean them for you. Possibly not noted, not sure exactly. There's some changes with that in Old School, and also even more convenient. But we mostly don't need to worry about that. Eventually we will get to the point where we can start worrying about herbs again. It is a bit of a process, as it currently stands. Especially when we can just get all of our Herblore XP from other sources. Like achievement diaries. Like the Varrock achievement diary, which is now out. We go into achievements here. It's now quote-unquote area tasks. We look at the Varrock here. We have easy, medium, and hard, where we've already completed so many of the tasks. So what we need to do is go back through here, complete all of the things that we've completed already. Again, because why not? But then also dealing with the tasks that we haven't completed. And there are 3 tasks in the Varrock diaries here, which are now much more difficult to complete, because they don't exist anymore. To do with the sawmill. We saw it disappear on us earlier, and now we need to go there. To turn a plank into, or turn a log into a plank at the sawmill. Now, make your own plank yourself. Chop down a dying tree at the sawmill. Now is only chop the dead tree in a different spot. And in the medium section, make 20 mahogany planks in one transaction at the sawmill. Now is make a maple plank, which isn't even a thing at all. So what we need to do is head to the future with an axe. We need to chop our 1 regular log, 20 mahogany logs, and apparently a maple log. But even just making those planks in the new way requires 1 extra step. So, I'll make my axe and get over to the portal. The time portal to 2023. Right here in the Varrock Castle middle courtyard with the tree bit area. Should be exactly what we need. We have 3 things to do over there in the future. And we are back. Turned out even easier than expected, honestly. It's actually kind of surprising. You know what, normally, go into the future, all kinds of problems. This one we just talked to some people and then it just worked. Maybe we didn't even need to go there. Oh well. We got everything done. Now it is back to actually just doing the Varrock achievement diary. Okay. If step 1 was going to the future to do 3 tasks, step 2 is completing all of the easy tasks we already completed. Like jumping over this fence, which was not much of a jump, we kind of just stepped over it. Honestly, very disappointing compared to when this was the fence and you would actually jump over it. It's moved over there now, probably just to keep this task without having to change more things. There's been enough changes to everything here that didn't need to add another one, I guess. Next on the list of things to do, mine an iron in the other mine. Okay. We will get over to that later then. Or we can do it right now. Main issue we're going to be having here is run energy. Running all over the place. We could go put our armor away. That'd weigh us down a little bit less. Not like we're really fighting much of anything here. We do have that as an option, which is nice. Let me go mine and iron. Could have been in the other mine either. Both of the mines had iron, and now only this one does. So it's definitely something. Mine. Some iron ore. There you go. We don't really need that, so we'll just drop that. With the whopping bronze pickaxe here. When it works, it works. Except for all the times that it doesn't work. And then it doesn't work. I think we just did this one just a little bit ago. Where we looked at the clothes change with Thessalia here. All equal in armor. Which one of these counts? There you go. Look at it. Look at it. We don't need to actually change anything, though. We are already how we're looking. I'm gonna put the armor back on for now, I guess. I'm going to make some soft clay here for future situations. One bucket of water and a clay. And we're laughing. It doesn't even actually use the bucket of water. Which is definitely something. Oh, it's okay. The Varrock achievement diary, as you might expect, is mostly in Varrock, but also does stretch out slightly in a few other directions. Just kind of around. And then from in Varrock, you can also go to other places. Like teleporting to the Rune Essence Mine. Well, that's something. We've definitely been here before. There you go. Need to go to various dungeons, various things. Some of them are a little bit more of a run than others. Let's go to the... Well, if we go this way, we can teleport back. That'll be fine. We've got teleports. We can always go buy more, too. And eventually we're going to be getting more money. So everything's okay. Next on the list. Going out this way. We need to mine some limestone near Paradomus. For a while, this was like the only limestone mine. So that's okay. And we also managed to avoid having to mess with future situations or mine 300 limestone in our trip to the future. Since we got away on what felt like almost a technicality. But it all worked out. Just need to mine a single bit of limestone here. And we don't need to make 300 plus of them into bricks. Nope, that is a problem that we're going to have to deal with in the future. Well, that's okay. From here, let's go a few different places. Looping it around. Let's go to Edgeville. From this direction, we can do a few more of the tasks we need to do. Like entering the Edgeville dungeon. Which is not exactly a super crazy thing to accomplish. Just going on here. Climb down the trapdoor. And ta-da! Edgeville dungeon. I think we can just go from this way. We've already did that one. Enter the Edgeville dungeon. Complete. You just need to venture into the Varrock sewers. That also slightly changed. Just due to how the cobwebs now work. Also, this is a crevice instead of a pipe. That's probably newer with the actual dungeon layout changes here. The thing we need to do is slice through the cobwebs over here, which is now a push through spiderweb. Either way, though, we can make that work. Grapple update here is definitely something. We can also fail to squeeze through, just like you failed to cut through. Just eventually changed so you didn't need to bring a slashing weapon. And that's okay. The rest of the things we need to do here are actually over in Barbarian Village. But before we get over there, we do have one final future thing to take care of. While we were in the future, chopping mahogany logs, which we then dropped along with, well, used to make planks, quote unquote, because that's the requirement, along with the 30,000 coins that would have cost. That's why this is down to 1414. Got a U seed, and that was what we should have gotten for chopping trees, so that's okay. And it's going to help quite a bit to have 66 farming right now. No unlocks, but gets us closer to where we're going to need to be. Paying to get rid of the tree, plant another one. We do have a lot of trees all around the game that we haven't checked, so technically we have a little bit more farming XP available. Probably not 51,000 though, so I can worry about that. Put other stuff away. Drop this. And head over to Barbarian Village. We have 3 more things we already did to do again. Also went around and collected some more of the materials we're going to need for the rest of the tasks. We've got lots of things we need to do. There's definitely quite a few on these lists for the achievement diaries. Definitely something. A few of them more difficult than others. And also made more difficult because of the Ironman mode business. If we only had to get a few of these things, it wouldn't be a huge issue. But we need to get the things and then actually get them ourselves. Anyways, next task on the list here. Catch a trout. Salmon do not count. And there's a trout. Look at all these feathers though. Fish in here. Might be coming back to do a fair bit of fly fishing in the fairly near future here. Depends on how other things go. It does get us a nice filled inventory very quickly here. Lots and lots of fishing and also potentially cooking experience. Next thing in town here, we need to make a bowl, which we probably ended up doing way back when clay was added into the game. This is a regular furnace. We need the pottery ribbon. That's not even supposed to be here. That's just because of the barbarian smithing that's here now. Make a bowl and fire it. There you go. And then the last thing that already existed that we need to do. Second level of the Stronghold of Security, which actually kind of blitz through by taking the portal here. And down once again. Okay. It's gonna be dangerous? It's not, but you can keep telling yourself that. There you go. Stronghold of Security. What a place. And that brings us to the Varrock tasks. Easy. Hide completed. The last 7 here. A few different things we need to do. Talk to people, get things, move stuff around. And we've got the items that we need for this. Let's just pop on back to Varrock again, where we can run around, finishing all this up. We do still need to pick up a T, but that's easily doable. Run over in that direction while looking for a stray dog. That's another thing we need to deal with. You have a dog, a bone. Stray dogs. We got tramps, thieves, man, another body. More over on the other side of town. There's a stray dog. Use a bone with the stray dog. Give a dog a bone. There you go. There's also a possibility for that to be changed. Because later on, at one of the, I think it was Christmas event, you make the stray dog no longer here and give them a home. In that situation, you need to do something slightly different. There's also eventually going to be tasks that are actually changed just for Ironman, because the things that are required aren't available for whatever reason. Well, that's alright. Just need to talk to curator Hey Kaylin here on the Varrock Museum. And that completed another one here. Talk to Hey Kaylin after getting 50 kudos, which is plenty, because we have 153. Looking good. Next up, we need to move our house. We've got our house situated nicely in Remington, which has been useful. But I think, especially with things that are about to happen, having the house moved is not actually a terrible idea. Decorate, contracts, redecorate, rebuild the... Certainly, when Metro can rebuild the house, the grounds, or the dungeon in a completely new style. You can change the lighting. What would you like? House grounds, dungeon lighting? No, we need to move it. Hello, welcome to the Gillinorian Housing Agency. What can I do for you? That's my houses. Can you move my house, please? There you go. Move it. We're getting to the cheapest option here. Taverley. House moved to Taverley. Achievement completed. Very good. We've got this cup of tea here, which is necessary in order to do the next task here. Climbing up in the church, we've got Elsie. Oh, that looks like a lovely cup of tea, dearie. Is it for me? Yes, you can have it. Ah, isn't it like a nice cup of tea? I know what, I'll tell you a story to thank you for the lovely tea. A long time ago, when I was a little girl, there was a handsome young man living in Varrock. I saw him here in the church quite often. Everyone said he was going to become a priest. We girls were so sad about that. But young Dissy, that was the young man's nickname, he was a wild young thing. One night he gathered some lads together, and after the evening prayer meeting, they all put on masks and sneaked down to the evil temple in the south of the city, the evil one. The next day, there was quite a hubbub. The guards told us that someone had painted Saradomin poems on the walls of the Zamorakian temple. Now, we'd always been taught to keep well away from that dreadful place, but it really did us all good to see someone wasn't afraid of the scum who live in that end of town. Old Father Pecker was furious, but Dissy just laughed it off. Dissy left town after that, saying he wanted to see the world. It was such a shame. He had such handsome shoulders. A young man came here looking for stories about Dissy, of course. That's not his proper name, but his friends called him Dissy. And I told him that one. He said Dissy had become a really famous man, and there was going to be a book about him. Well, that's all good, but I do wish Dissy had come back to Varrock. I did miss him so much. Well, until I met my Freddy and we got married, but that's another story. Thank you. I'll leave you to your knitting now. Stories. What a story. Dissy. Dionysus. The wise old man. And here's the highest point in Varrock. Not the top of the castle. At the top of the church here. Just walk up here. Way out of the way. Good times. All the way back down. Look at the... Let's see here. We need a copy of the Varrock Herald. And then we need to enter the Earth Altar. That's what we got the Earth Talisman here for. We don't actually need to do any actual rune crafting or anything. So, that's something. Talk to Benny here. Can I have a newspaper, please? Certainly, Gov. That'll be 50 gold pieces, please. Sure, here you go. Buy a copy of the Varrock Herald. King Roland's scandal. King Roland believed to have spotted the dancing donkey disguised as a regular citizen. Bill, a Varrock local, claims he saw the king on 2 separate occasions. Palace has now released a statement on the issue. In other news, happy birthday, Aubrey. Aubrey the Rune Seller turns 21 today. Claims to have been the same age for the last 40 years. Titanic unrest. Elemental Titans considering forming workers' union and claiming unfair working hours and duties. Classifieds. Free tours of the wilderness. Terms and conditions apply. Must wear party hat. Tour guide cannot be held responsible for personal damage or death. And the general store. Bargains on pots, jugs, hammers, and more. Bargains, bargains, bargains at the general store. This might have been updated at some point. Not to be helpful or anything. Just a newspaper. Try to use that on the Cowfight Queen. Much too large of a bug to squash. What a system. What a system. The last thing we need to do here is head over to the Earth Altar. Again, up on the road, kind of sort of towards the sawmill that doesn't exist. One Earth Talisman lets us right into the Earth Ruins. Would you even say Earth Ruins now? Yeah, there you go. And that is the Varrock set. Tasks. Easy. Reward to be given by Radburgus, who's still, for whatever reason, chilling down south of Varrock. He's with the secret palace guard, so I don't know. Who's there? That's okay. Go and get our reward, which is very different than it would have originally been. Mostly because of a certain rework. We will get to that once we grab our reward here. Hold on to these for right now, I guess. If we don't need any extra inventory space items, we'll be fine. A lot of tasks we still need to do, though. Ratburgus. About the task system. I think I've finished all the easy tasks in the Varrock set. You have? Excellent. Well done. Thank you. Can I have the reward? Reward? Ah, yes, of course. Your reward, it's right here. This, the Varrock Armor 1. Original reward. Chance of double smelting and mining up to coal and steel. So like bronze, iron, steel, tin, copper, iron, coal. So a chance to mine 2, chance to smelt 2 at the same time, and also access to the Edgeville Furnace, which we can go check out. Later on, changed slightly. Now this body armor is magically enchanted to help you with your smithing and mining. You have a chance to double your bars when smelting, so instead of making 2, you actually get 2. Ores when mining, so basically the same in the ores, where we can get 2 ores. And progress when smelting, bronze, iron, and steel. There was no progress in smithing before, because it was just once. Oh, we'll also make you more likely to obtain parts of the scepter from the Stronghold security. Bear in mind that you'll need to be wearing the armor for any of these to work. We'll also change your Varrock teleport spell, so it takes you to the Grand Exchange, if you find that more convenient. As extra reward, you can also have an old magical lamp to help with your skills. I'm going to use it myself, but I don't really need it. Wow, thanks. If you lose your armor, come back and see me for another set. Okay. The additional Skull Scepter pieces was added later, replacing the shop price updates that we would have gotten. Better sales and better buying prices for shops around here. Not that that's super useful. We're also wielding this would give us 1% more mining experience, which we can't turn off. And also additional battle staffs from NAF once NAF exists. Goes from 8 to 16. You can toggle our Varrock Telly to the Grand Exchange once that's a place. Of this, the chance of getting more mining and smithing could theoretically be helpful. This one only goes up to steel, so it's not super good. But we're going to get higher level one, obviously. And also, 1,000 Herbal XP. There you go. Let's hold on to this for now. Let's go look at the Edgeville Furnace. Also, some of those changed slightly in the future. Heading over to Edgeville. It really is a very nice furnace for people that have banks. It's right here, right next to the bank. Originally, you needed to wear your armor to open the door to get into the furnace. And then later on, the door was removed. You just walk in. We still need to have completed the diary in order to use this furnace here. This is the only one that's supposed to be getting the bonus bars business, but using up all the ores to make 2 bars at the same time instead of the later extra bars. And there's already the whole mining and smithing rework extra bars business, which I already got rid of, so that's fine. Next up, the medium tasks that we already completed. And boy is there a lot of those. First, and potentially most annoyingly, get a new Slayer task from Vanaka. Should be easy enough if I wasn't already hunting cow fights. The task that we got when we did the achievement diary step in Karamja to get a task from Duradel. And it was a Duradel task, so it is a lot. 169 cow fights. So that's going to take a little bit. That is going to take a little bit. And so, we're going to actually do another task first here. I'm back into Varrock. This should make things work out nicely for us. It definitely should not take the entire time this is going to take to make this happen. We might end up just sitting around doing something else for at least a little bit. But we do not even have the thing that we need, so we go get that. Okay, technically this is a new Varrock medium task, but it's worth doing. Had to go to the basement of the windmill on Harmony Isle to pickpocket Dr. Finkenstrain to get the Ring of Karos activated here. Talk to Gertrude. Do you have any more kittens? Indeed I have. They're 100 coins each. Do you want one? Charm. I'd like to choose my own kitten. Well, okay, but they're all just as cuddly as each other. Choose a kitten. Use this one. Select a color for a new kitten. Fantastic. So now we got a new kitten. Which really want to have this grow up into an adult cat. Whether right now or in a little bit. We're gonna need food for this. Might need some food for ourselves. Go do our entire cow fight Slayer task. Can we get a Slayer level? Probably not. It is 169 though, my goodness. Needed. Because I don't think we could be able to cancel this. And I mean, we're here. Finish the Slayer task. We'll go get the next one when we are back in Edgeville. We got a lot of things to do here. Like taking some red spider's eggs. And teleport to Varrock. Which completes the get a red spider egg and leave task. And also the teleport to Varrock task. Look at that. Accomplishing things that we already accomplished. Living the dream. We need those red spider eggs. Right here with the apothecary. Talking about something else. Don't need another hat. Apothecary, we do basic potions. Need anything specific? How about a strength potion? Certainly. So you have Spider using Limpert Root. And I'm over 5 coins. I'll get started. Sounds good. Strength Potion. Created. There you go. That completes that. There's a lot of things to do just everywhere here. That's what happens when we have, like, multiple dozens of tasks and things. There's the U-Tree. Still existing. Ain't that something? Alright. Next one. Need to loop through the palace here. Get over to the white tree from all the way back in Garden of Tranquility. Really is a lot more to do with these if you haven't already completed everything. These give us some run energy. That's nice. There we go. Yeah, having all the different quests and skills to train definitely is a nice thing with the achievement diaries. It gets you doing stuff. Next, we're gonna go under the agility shortcut here, which is actually the agility shortcut here now. Moved slightly because of the Grand Exchange. Gonna be seeing that pretty soon here. That's something. That. Under this. Because over here there is no walls yet. So, that's something. Next thing that we've already done many times. Right over here at the Spirit Tree. We're going to do the Stronghold Security emotes. Which one were those? These ones? Idea. Stomp. Flap. And slap. Those are the emotes from the Stronghold Security. Teleport with the Spirit Tree. Just go to the same place. We had an idea. We go to the Poison Waste now. Not here though. That's not real. We'll go to the Stronghold. Show off the other farming trees that we could get XP from. There's a pineapple plant. That's something. Teleport. Need to go into a few more places. We need to go to a few more places also. Get access to the fairy ring. What's the best way to get to a fairy ring? We need to go to the Edgeville fairy ring. It's slightly different than what we normally are dealing with. Where we kind of need to go get to the fairy ring from the Edgeville side. I mean, technically we could just go to the fairy ring and then go to the fairy ring again. That also works. There's one of those Halloween things that just pop up. They've still not figured out how to stop putting random things in your inventory for events. Could go in the currencies pouches, but these are kind of technically not currencies, and it's a whole situation. Browse Ozash's armor shop. Not the right things in here. Runeplate body. Requires Dragon Slayer. Always a good time. While we're here, let's get the Slayer task from Vanaka. Vanaka is a lower level Slayer Master, so it shouldn't be as terrible. Or at least not as long. Get task. Another assignment. 41 wolves. Not likely a task he's supposed to be given, but doable. Especially the lower level wolves. Sounds okay. Okay. Let's go to the fairy ring to go to the fairy ring again. It's definitely a system we got going on here. Well, that's okay. We'll select the destination 2 here. Then we go to Xanaris and then back. Whichever way. Go to Edgeville here. I might even have it on this system, because we never need to go to Edgeville. Take the fairy ring to Edgeville. Now here we are. It's definitely a system. It's Definitely a system. Okay. A few more things we need to do. A little further away, though. Enter the Champions Guild. It's definitely interesting to have as a task, along with the look at Ozach's shop task. Because that's, like, required to have done this already. There's no, like, extra rewards for doing each individual task. Until later when there actually is some rewards for doing each individual task. Worry about that later. But yeah, you can't look at Ozach's shop without entering the Champions Guild. So having both of these on the same tier a little bit defeats the purpose. But again, more of the purpose is showing people to do things. That's definitely a thing. There you go. Next on the list, dealing with fences that don't exist. We need to go into Tolnus Rift here. Running over towards Paradomus through the fence over here to get around to it. Kind of also near the whole archaeology business here now. It's a whole situation. Looping around here somewhere. Enter the rift. No real reason to come down here, that's for sure. The monsters are not that good. Even if you're just trying to get some experience. Wild place down here, that's for sure. And we're going back around the fence again. Definitely a system. There's an implement we can't catch because we don't have the things we need for that. Around the fence. Hot air balloons. Store the singular regular log we have here. Hand over the log. And fly to Teverly. Hot air balloons. Used. Now, let's have one more task that we already completed that we need to do. And that takes place down in the Varrock sewers. And we'll tie in nicely to another task that we need to do. Unfortunately, we've got the regular kitten, which does not help one bit here. Because we need to catch rats. It's a problem. Huh. Climb down into the sewers. We're just gonna get our rat pole back from Grimsquint. And will you credit that? What? It's our Artic again, ain't it? What? Our Ironman Artic has come back again. So, what do they want? Can I have another rat pole, please? Here you go. So the rat sees there as well as he catches onto it. Thanks, I guess. Want to say anything else? No, come on, stop the action. No, it's not funny anymore. Yeah, it is. Y'all are wild. Wield the rat pole. You need to get rats for the rat pole. Interact with kitten. Chase the vermin. We need to get 6 rats on here again. Which is easier said than done with a regular kitten. Chase the vermin. Over and over and over. But 6 is not the number we're going for here. Unfortunately. We could go and do the rest of the tasks that we haven't done yet. You want some attention? I'll give you some attention. I have a shark too, why not? There you go. Interact. Stroke. We might just be able to sit around and wait until it gets full. Fully grown. Regular cat. Does make things easier. Okay. This again. It's really not good. There's a reason we never really use kittens, or when we need cat things to happen. Because they're just really bad at it. They're just really, really bad at it. And the rat got away again. Okay. We're gonna just hold this rat pole for a bit. Go do the rest of the things. Not that there's too many more on the list. We got the rat pole here because we need to do rat pole things. Show completed. Nope. Leaves us with 5 things we actually need to do here. It's definitely pretty good. Unfortunately, one of them is get a cat training medal from Gertrude, which requires us to catch 100 rats. Oh boy. And it also has to be with 1 cat. So it's this cat. It needs to get 100 rats. Specifically, we need to get a grown cat, but if it goes overgrown, it stops being able to catch rats, so we can't do that. So we're going to do the other 4 things here, which is not exactly going to take a huge amount of time. You might need to kind of like wait around for the kitten to become a cat. It's honestly a better idea than actually trying to continue doing catching rats with a kitten. Just need to pickpocket a guard here, which is very, very easy with 99 thieving. Pretty doable. Pretty doable. And the rest of the things are over in this direction. So what we're gonna do is enchant this ruby necklace. We have a dig site pendant, which we learned here at the museum earlier. Rub that to the dig site, which is over here, where it's leading us to go train archaeology, which we're not going to do. Don't really need that. Out this or something? 1400? That's pretty good. We can keep that around. Make our way out of the dig site here, over to the wall here again. Eventually that goes away. That's nice. Kept the earth talisman, because it was necessary. Go back into the earth ruins here, and use this to make an earth tiara. There you go. And we leave here and go towards another rune crafting shenanigan. Down in the temple, going through here. Just go past Varrock, hopefully. Yep. Just don't talk to him. Everything's fine. Go through the tunnel of chaos to the chaos altar again. Definitely a system. This one? Portal? Chaos talisman or tiara to go through this portal. Bah! Bah, I say. Alright, here's your chaos talisman. Dangerous kind of shortcut. The Dagon High shortcut to the chaos altar. Unfortunately, it's still not good. Technically, it's a sort of a shortcut, since you're on the 2nd level instead of the top level if you go through the wilderness. The Abyss is just so much better, though. Just so much better. Now all we need is the cat training medal, and technically finishing the rat pole here, too. Just going to see if we can delay a little bit, or to get an actual cat here. Go around getting the things needed for the hard diary, I suppose. Because there's definitely a few things on that list. The kitten is now a cat, which helps so much in the catching rats department. Finished getting enough rats for the rat pole. So it's got 6 rats on it. Still looking absolutely ridiculous here. It's all the way over here. A wild location for that. And now, we just need to catch 100 rats. With the cat here. It still can fail. Sometimes. If we got like a wily Hellcat, it would be even better, but that would be a lot of time. Just waiting for it to become overgrown. We could train it to be wily, and then it might go back to overgrown or something. We're just going to go with regular cat. Also, here in the Remington Crafting Store, because it is the best spot. Full of rats, all close together. And there's the whole time for the cat to go and chase the rat. So all the spawns nice and close, speeds things up nicely. On our way to 100, we're going to keep on getting chat dialogues here. 11 puss, 10 horrible rodents caught. So that, and then on like 25, 50, 75, and 100. But basically, we do this. Also went around and got all these other things, which we're going to talk about when we get to the hard tasks here. Right now, 90 more rats to get. Incredible, puss. That's 100 rodents caught. That's enough. Let's do the part where we go into the house portal at our house here. That's now in Taverley, so pros and cons. Definitely does make it more difficult to get to Remington without the house just being right there. Well, that's okay. Got our cat here. Still need that. We keep running around. Nice that the grown cats don't need food or anything. Oh, that's a plus. Don't really need the sharks here then. I don't think we're doing any combat or anything either. Anyways, that is enough to go back and talk to Gertrude and get what we need. There's Fluffs. Oh, Fluffs. Rat hole just sticking through the walls. Tell Gertrude your cat has caught 100 rats. Hello again, Gertrude. Well, hello, adventurer. How are you? My cat has caught 100 rats. Well, well. You are good with cats. Here, I have a little present for you. Gertrude hands you a small medal. Thanks, Gertrude. The cat training medal. Alright. It looks like a fish. Wild stuff. Also have the Varrock body here. Show off the arms, looking wild. And that is the medium tasks completed. There you go. Need to talk to Reldo to get this. I'm going to swap out from the Varrock 1 here. Also need a space for the lamp here, of course. Just drop the rat pole. Drop the cat training medal. Got so many things just in the inventory here. That's okay. And the cat chasing us. Reldo, over here in the Palace Library. Talked to him for plenty of stuff previously. Well, this works nicely. Reldo, here we go. About the task system. I finished all the medium tasks in the Varrock set. Really, how extraordinary. Well, that certainly is a worthy achievement indeed. Thanks. What was there? Was there a reward? A reward? Well, yes, I suppose I can help you there. Reldo takes your Varrock armor, attaches some more plate metal to it, filling it out to look like a proper suit of armor. He etches some words into the armor, which glows slightly before fading. I've enchanted your body armor with a spell. And here we get to the actual things it does. Originally, upgrades the chance to smelt 2 at a time, mine 2 at a time, up to mithril. So, that's going to be helpful, since we do mithril stuff for our mining and smithing currently. And also, a chance of faster smithing. Which is probably just a tick faster. And when it's changed, we now have a chance to double your bars when smelting ores, when mining, and progress when smithing mithril and adamant. Due to the level changes of the mining and smithing rework, adamant got moved down a peg. So if we mine adamant with this, we shouldn't be getting the bonus. That's okay. Also change your Varrock teleport, so it takes you to the Grand Exchange. Find that more convenient. And as an extra reward, a magical lamp. And if I lose the armor, oh, not a problem. You can come and see me, and I'll get you another set. We also get the battle staffs from NAF, which doesn't exist yet, up to 32 per day now. So that's nice. And also even more scepter drops. So that's something. Those don't exist yet. What we get is the new looking armor. It's definitely armor. A little more plate to it. It's definitely got the arms out here. And the lamp is obviously going into Herblore for 5,000 more XP. Lovely stuff. Okay. Now we can start working with all of these things that we have with us here. We're still missing a few pieces that we need to actually get things finished here. We can at least get it started here. We check down in the Varrock hard achievements. We've already done 3 of them. We show completed. It was use the crevice shortcut near the moss giants, family crest gauntlets, and a waka canoe. We will go do those too. And then we got a lot of things all around Varrock to do. I think we already did technically do this earlier in when we were doing the easy and mediums. Through this crevice. That requires 51 agility. That's at least something. Very good. Connecting between these 2 dungeons here. One of the more interesting shortcuts, for sure. And a very interesting dungeon, too. Chaos Druids. Might be coming back for more of those in the future. Depending on where we want to fight them, we'll see. We kill them so quickly. They do not have a lot of health. That's a situation for later. What I'm going to do now is go take a canoe trip. That's always fun. We've got the axe here still. I'm going to be keeping this around for at least a bit here. Have some potential woodcutting, fletching training in the immediate future. Chop down the canoe station. 94 woodcutting. Easily enough for this task. We definitely have some pretty decent levels in a lot of things. Almost enough to not need to worry about doing anything complicated. Make a waka canoe. Look at us go. The best canoe that you can make. I just need to row this to anywhere. We are at here. Go to the barbarian village. Unfortunately, no canoe cutscene. Just a little map there. That's okay. I'm here. Shoot some goblins for a second here. Try to get the little thing I'm looking for. And then, other tasks, of course. Trying to be as accurate as possible here. And drop the 25k to reclaim another set of gauntlets. Buy new gauntlets. Or get whichever. He's got them. And then the sons have them instead now. Just talk to Dimithius. Reclaim lost gauntlets. Would you like them back? Yes, please. And you also get all of them, which is also a system. Anyways. Destroy those, destroy those. Withdraw this. We are spending a bit of money here. That's okay. So now, we've just got the actual achievements here. So, still quite a few that we actually need to do here. Many we can just quickly get completed here. Fur shop with the fancy dress shop owner, so you get a spottier cape. 800 coins. and the 2 spotty furs that we went and hunted. Decreases weight, so that's nice. Might also be able to put this in the house, so we can work with that. Literally can do this anywhere. Craft an air battle staff. Something like the Edgeville dungeon to go make the air orb, which we did. Had to get this battle staff from Lunar Isle, get seaweed and sand, make the orb, bring it there. All that together to make an air battle staff. Which eventually we could alch for a good chunk of money here too. That's something. Continuing this direction, we need to go to the museum again. Again, technically we already did this when we talked to Curator Hag Halen in order to get the 50 kudos achievement. And we talked to him again with 153 kudos. Now we completed that one too. There you go. Fantastic. Fantastic. Another thing we need to do up at the construction guys here. We already had to move the house, and now we need to redecorate the house. We'd like to pack the house, swatch it into tropical wood. It's either tropical wood or fancy stone. The tropical wood is cheaper for right now. We need to change this multiple other times with the other achievement diaries anyways, so tropical wood it is. There you go. So we'll have to see what that looks like when we get back to the house again. So that'll be fun. Yeah, all these other things in the inventory here, some of which we can't actually even use just yet. Definitely a situation. But we can go do stuff with these pies. Raw wild pies that we made. We need an actual wild pie. And the options were either get it 1 in 100 from an eclectic impling, or make it ourselves, and then cook it with 85 cooking. Which is definitely a much higher requirement. Since the task here is only to have a wild pie, and nothing more complicated than that. Sitting here into the Cook's Guild. A place we can cook here, I would assume. Probably just upstairs. Yep. Cook at range. All these pies. 85 required. We have 90. And on a range, success. Very good. We really don't need any wild pies here. That's okay. And then use the wild pie with Romilly. My pie shop, my lord. That's a nice smelling pie you have. Is it for me? Yes, it is. Oh, how splendid. Let me take that from you then. Was there anything else you needed? Not really. Wouldn't really need his pies either. Okay. There's the pies. So that is the easily accomplished ones here. We do have a few more things we can do. Like over at the house, where we can now see the tropical wood. Interestingly, it didn't change the grass along with it, so we still have the old grass. That's looking alright. Yeah, a different look for the house. Does it also look slightly more different here? Once we have to change something. Pick up the cat, turn on building mode, and now we need to remove and replace the lectern here. Previously we were doing perfectly fine with a teak eagle lectern, but we need specifically a mahogany eagle lectern. We got the construction level, that's no problem. 2 mahogany planks and a gold leaf. So that is another 130,000 coins we needed to spend here. Some expensive stuff in here, that's for sure. And using this to make a Varrock teleport. Enchanted. Okay. That is very good. Slightly cleaning up the inventory here. Kinda, not really. Quite a few things in here we don't need. We can continue working in that direction. I think next thing we want to do is go over in Barbarian Village. Did not go and prepare this one in advance because of inventory space purposes. But we need to get a Skull Scepter. And that means 4 different drops from the 4 special monsters in the Stronghold. There's the right skull half from Minotaurs. Bottom of the scepter, since we are making a Skull Scepter here, from the Flesh Crawlers. Top of the Skull Scepter from Catabellapons. And not the drop, but there is 83 ranged, and it is the drop. Well, that's very convenient. Left skull half. Was about to need to leave because of the whole health situation here too. Yeah, 83 range. Look at that. Grounding boots in Daemonheim. Nope. Also not entirely sure how we have a range boost currently. Anyways, that's Slayer. Something happened there. Use the skulls together to have the skulls fit perfectly. Or to have a fixing point, perhaps they're to mount it on something. Like a scepter. To have so the scepter fit perfectly, so it appears to be designed to have something on top. Use it on the thing, The skull fits perfectly atop the scepter. Feel there is a great magical power at work here. Like teleporting with the Skull Scepter, which only goes to outside, as of right now. Magic. Over here. There you go. Another task complete. And speaking of magic, there is something we need to do about that. And ancient magic at that. Pray at the altar to have strange wisdom fill our mind. And then cast the home teleport spell. Just cast this? Regular? No, not really. Where's the other one? Actual home teleport here. That is your choice. I'll just cast home teleport. That is unlocking this interface. Okay, how do I make that actually? Because there's actual home teleport, and then there's the lodestone network. Previous destination home teleport? That's not gonna work. I had to walk here. All the way to Edgeville. Looks like this is another symptom of the lodestone network. We need to teleport to Edgeville, which should just be available in the Ancient Magic home teleport system here. But we need to have the lodestone activated to be able to home teleport to here. This is the only place that home teleport in Ancient should go. But it's also supposed to go down into the Edgeville dungeon. But changes again. Still can't use this. Lodestones don't exist. And also we're now on a 30-minute cooldown on the home teleport here. Not like that would really help at all. Because, like, we need to go back to the desert. If we're on the regular spellbook, we'd home teleport to Lumbridge in 30 minutes. I need to not be on Ancients. Can't teleport to house. That's kind of how I get around. Walking back. Back on regular spells. We actually have to talk to Orlando Smith for the talking achievement here. Thank you for all the help, mate. Hope you enjoyed the museum. 153 kudos. That is the max right now. It was never updated to require more. And we have the max, because we're doing great. Okay. So that just leaves 2 final tasks here. Smith an adamant medium helmet, and pick some poison ivy. Easier said than done. Especially since we don't have the levels for it. We are relatively close in the smithing department. We need 73 smithing. And the mining smithing work has changed it to only 40, so technically we have the requirement. But we actually don't. So instead, we're going to need to get level boosts from spicy stews. I think if we were like level 72 smithing already, we could probably get away with just going to get like a dwarven stout or something for a +2 smithing boost. But we don't, so we don't. Instead, we need to go down to Evil Dave's Basement of Doom and get some spices. Unfortunately, it's not old school, so we don't have the behemoth rats. We can just immediately get the spices as fast as we want. But that's okay. And we also need a boost for the farming. That was level 70. So we need a +4 farming and a +2 smithing boost. Should be good. In theory. And almost immediately, and by that I mean 2 stews worth, there is enough of a boost to get 73 smithing here to make an adamant medium helmet. Just bang this out instantaneously instead of this whole drawn out process with the mining smithing rework. Also takes 2 bars to make a medium helmet now instead of just 1, because it's got the same exact stats as the full helm. It's a whole system here. Mining and smithing rework. We continue to have all the issues with that. Yeah. 2 different colors of stews for each of the things we're trying to do here. This one was orange for smithing. We have brown stews for the farming boost. If we just immediately get the +4 with these, that'd be fantastic. Yeah. Making each individual thing here in the mining smithing work definitely takes more time. Also, we're supposed to be making much higher level things, so the XP is also terrible. And then we finish making it. There you go. And it alks for a whopping 400. Not even really worth it. So yeah. Really need that. And that leads us to the last thing on the list here. Planting, and then actually technically it's picking the poison ivy berry from over here at the Champions Guild berry patch. Prepare ourselves a nice brown spicy stew here. Get everything out we need for planting purposes. Also, I don't think that poison ivy can even die, so that's also something. Anyways, in order to maximize the amount of time we have here, and make sure the patch is rushed, we just went down this. We have a minute before it's going to lose another level. Looking at the farming, want 70. Minus. Not ideal. It's entirely possible that we need to go get more stews here. And just more spices in general. We will see. And we even get the +5. Brilliant stuff. Poison ivy seed in the bush patch. Lovely. And now, it's not going to die. Doesn't even need compost. Because nothing is going to eat poison ivy. Now we just need to wait like 3 hours. Just like that. Pick. Or, I guess, check the health. And then pick the poison ivy. Completing that. And completing all the hard tasks. I don't really need any poison ivy. Just drop that. It's fine. Let's go and get our rewards here. We need to go to Varrock, who would be down in the Edgeville dungeon, but he's been moved up to just the Edgeville dungeon ruins above. Same general idea, it's alright. Let's talk to Varrock. Get our rewards. What are you after then? The task system. Complete all the hard tasks in Varrock's set, and let me tell you, it wasn't an easy job. I can imagine. I expect you'll be wanting a reward for your hard efforts, eh? Yes, please. I have to say that you've done well, so I reward you suitably for your work. Great, thanks. Varrock takes the Varrock armor and carves some symbols into it. He waves his hands over the symbols, and the armor appears to glow brilliantly. I've upgraded your Varrock armor for new effects. Originally, upgraded the bonus mining and smelting and everything to adamant level, and also the new Cook's Guild stuff, which we still can go look at. In current year, though, chance to double your bars in smelting ores of mining, primes and smithing, rune, orichalcum, and necronium. None of those things are correct until the mining and smithing rework. Not that we're going to be mining any rune, orichalcum, or necronium. One, we don't even have the level to mine or do anything with rune yet. That's one thing we actually need to do at some point here, unfortunately. Well, that'll wait until we have way more nature runes for the whole superheating business. We get the bonuses for Mithril, and that's what really counts. Watch your progress with interest and have sent word to the Cooking Guild, west of Varrock. They have a prestigious bank there, which will be allowed entrance to, as of now, if you're wearing your Varrock armor. And also, change Varrock Teleport to the Grand Exchange, still. They all can do that. Still not a thing. Well done on completing all the tasks set before you. Hardcore Ultimate Ironman, Artic. Thanks to the magic lamp, should help with your skills. Trust you already know what should be done with it. Wow, thanks. If you need it, you can come back and get another one. Okay. The Varrock Plate Body 3. It's got a little bit more plates to it. Kind of clips with the cape, that's okay. It's a skill cape, it's good times. I actually have this on. And the other main reward, 10,000 Herbal XP. Not gonna say no to that. Yeah. We just need to go to the Cook's Guild. Just run there, I suppose. Well, that'll be fine. Oh yeah. A lot of different things in the achievement diaries, that's for sure. Some that we even need to get the stew boosts for. It's a very common thing with achievement diaries, especially the later ones with even higher levels. So far they only go to hard, but that's going to change. But for now, we can go to the Cook's Guild, where we can enter just by wearing the Varrock Armor 3, so we no longer need a chef's hat, which is fun. A Master Explorer of Varrock, you're more than welcome in here, my friend. And we're even allowed even further in to the nice, super convenient range right next to a bank. There's also the fire down in the Rogue's Den, which is right next to a bank. This is a range, so you have better cooking success rates and all that. Unfortunately, it's next to a bank, so unless we get piles and piles of raw food noted from somewhere, not exactly too helpful. But anyways, this is a place we can go. And also, there's now 64 battle staffs in the shop that doesn't exist, and bonuses at Bork, which is also not a thing. I'm gonna have to maybe look into the future achievement diaries a little closer. Make sure we actually have all the levels we're gonna need. Because as much as our skills are pretty good, we were just barely there with farming. Would have been able to accomplish it at 65 if we wanted to farm for a +5 boost. But if we're 6 levels off, it's just not gonna work out. So, something to consider. But there's not another higher level achievement diary for quite some time still. More than enough time for us to get more updates, more training methods, and even completely new skill. Well, we're going to worry about what happens next, which is more quests. Next time. Goodbye.